Good morning and welcome to the Lancaster Senior Citizen Center. And we're here today to do two recipes. One will be a egg roll, vegetarian egg roll, made with my style, not what's on here. And the other will be a like a Swiss steak type of food that you will be able to make in just a few minutes. So I'm going to start with the egg rolls. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the frying pan, and I'm going to put a little olive oil in so nothing burns, just a little bit, just to kind of coat the pan. And last week we had eggs because people celebrated Easter, and this week we had egg rolls. So we're kind of keeping it in that tradition there. Okay, now with these egg rolls, let me tell you what the recipe really calls for. It calls for these wraps, which we're going to use, and it calls for ground pork. Well, we're not going to use the ground pork. We're going to use this instead. This is what I use when I make it. It's the diced chicken. It's all vegetarian. And then I'm going to use a little ginger, and I'm going to use some cabbage, and I'm going to use, I usually use different kinds of sprouts, but I was not able to get sprouts, so I'm going to use these sprouts, which are broccoli sprouts. So I'm sure it'll taste about the same. Then I'm going to add it calls for 3 onions, but I really don't, I'm only going to use 1. I've done that in the past and it came out great. And some shredded carrots, and it calls for oyster sauce. I'm not going to use oyster sauce, I'm going to use soy sauce. And you could also use the amino acid type of soy sauce if you wanted to too, but I usually use that. So I'm going to add a little bit of mushroom in it. And so I'll put my wraps aside, and I'm just going to put some fresh onion, and then we're going to put this all in the frying pan. I'll just use a few of them and cut it up small because it's going to go in a wrap, so you want to have everything kind of compacted. Oh, I may have it a little bit too high. I'm going to lower it a little bit. One mushroom makes quite a bit. I'm surprised. Okay, I'm going to put 2 mushrooms in it. And I add garlic in it. I love garlic. And I'm just going to give that a little different flavor with the garlic than the recipe calls for. So my hands are clean. So I'll just see if I can scoop it onto here, make it a little easier. Hopefully I don't drop it. And just put it in the frying pan. Oh, it's sizzling up already. Okay, I'm going to put 1 clove of garlic in it. Give it a nice flavor. I didn't chop these up ahead of time. I think we have enough time this morning to do those things. Is there any specific mushroom you use? No specific mushroom. I just picked these roundish ones there, and you know, some people you could use whatever you want. If you want to use a different kind, that's fine. I'm going to use this again. Oops. And you know, it's interesting because it doesn't call for any. It calls for no salt in there. I guess there's enough salt in it. Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to put a little bit of carrot in there. We have a little of this left over. Let's just throw that in. And it calls for 1/2 cup of carrots. So I'm just going to use my nice I'm going to put a cup in. I'm going to put almost a cup in. I'm going to lower it a little bit. And I'm going to put, I have to put 2 cups of the cabbage in it. I'm going to put first in it, so I have a little liquid here. I'm going to put the diced vegetarian chicken in here. I told you that it calls for pork, but we don't use pork. How can we call it vegetarian if we put pork in it? And this is healthy. It calls for a pound of it. I was thinking if you wanted to put ground vegetarian, like the crumblers, you could put that in it if you want. And I know one thing, I'm going to have a lot of this left over. So the wraps are for 20. There are 20 wraps in there. Not going to put the juice in because I don't want to have them all soggy, everything's soggy. You want to have it cooked, but you want to have it nice and crisp because when you put them in those rolls. And here is this. You can get this at the ABC on Sawyer Street in Lancaster. And I'm going to do my shredded cabbage now. Make sure I don't shred my fingers. We don't want any fingers in there. It's easy to do sometimes. I'm sure if you had a shredder, it would go much quicker than what I'm doing. But I'm going to even shred it up more than this once I get done. Make it, chop it up finer. I want it fine. And I'm going to put that in next. You know, making these egg rolls, it's nice if you have company and you want to, if you're having a big dinner and you want to have an appetizer before, they make a nice appetizer at night. I haven't used it, but if you had some sweet and sour sauce that you wanted to make, it'd be nice to have that there too, and have people dip it in there, you know. But oh, I have to put ginger in. I forgot to put the ginger in, but okay, I'm going to make this a little finer, chopped finer, so it goes nice in there. Sizzling up nice. And of course, once this starts cooking, it'll lose a lot of the crispness here. I just want to make it smaller. And I think I'll put the beans in last because they'll really cook quickly. Okay, now I'm going to take a handful of that and put it here, in there, let that cook up. A little more in there. And I want to put 1 teaspoon of ginger. And let's see. 1 teaspoon. See if I can do it this way. It's coming out now. Ginger is something you have, if you don't use it a lot. Let's see if I can open it. Oh. I can't open this, I don't think. Nope, I don't want to take a chance. I'll just put it in here like that then. It's a half. So I would spread it over a little bit here. Figure this is a half, and now this should be a whole. You can always add it on later if you didn't taste it. And I'm going to put a little bit of this. I'm just going to sprinkle it on. I don't want to put too much because there have been times that I put a little bit too much, and you don't want to have it too salty. Okay, that should be good. That should give it a good flavor. All right, now mix it together. This should really only take a couple of minutes to do. It's getting soft already. And I always like to go over everything and make sure that I've added everything. And I haven't. I haven't added the bean sprouts. Just pull them apart and put it in there. I had a real hard time getting bean sprouts. Went to 3 different stores. There must be a bean sprouts, a ban on bean sprouts or something. The thicker kind that I usually like to get. I think that'll be okay. Maybe they're on strike. Yeah, that's it. Maybe most people are vegetarian now. We never thought of that. I was interviewed by my daughter yesterday for her class, and she was talking about why I became a vegetarian. Well, it's for religious reasons, but I remember in 1993, I don't know if I mentioned this before, maybe I did. They had that E. coli scare in the little school. The little children were eating, I don't know if you remember the Jack in the Box. They used to have hamburgers, and I just felt after that, I said, it's not safe, you know. I mean, those things can happen with vegetables too, probably, but I'd rather take my chances. Okay, now it should be ready. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to transfer this, shut that off. I'm going to transfer it to this frying pan. Not to cook, but just because I'm saving some dishes and things. Okay. Now we are ready. We'll be ready in a minute I don't like to use these spoons on this. I usually like to use rubber, but I don't want to get any of that covering on there. Oh, we have somebody giving us that. Okay, thank you, thank you. That's better than that. You know, you don't want to scratch your pans up and get all that coating off of there. Although this is a newer pan, and I like to keep my dishes nice and my pans looking not so beat up. Somebody gave me a frying pan not too long ago, and it was from a restaurant, and it was so beat up that I couldn't even use it. It had big dents in it, but okay. Now it's off, but what I'm going to just do is I'm going to wipe it. Just wipe it out, because I'm going to put the oil in it, and this time I'm going to use canola oil, and it'll be ready to fry, and then you can try it. Okay. Throw that away. Now I'm going to move this here. I'm going to show you. I'll move this away. I want to show you how to wrap them up. There's a little diagram on here, and it tells you how to do that. Let's see. I'll put this over here, get it out of the way, so you can see better. I like this big board. Nice. Okay. All right. Now, there is a diagram with these, so you're supposed to hold them. There's 20 of them in here, okay? So you just lay them flat like that, okay? And I do them different. They all don't come looking like the Chinese restaurant. So what I do is I put it across this way. This is what the diagram tells you. But it never works out the way the diagram is. So, and this may be a little different today because of the broccoli sprouts. But you fill it up, not too full, not too full. Now, I have a little water here, and I'll show you what I do with it. Oops, not on there. But you are supposed to fold it up like this. I spilled a little water on it. And then it almost looks like an envelope. You have an envelope, and you fold this side this way, and then you start rolling. However, when I start rolling, I don't want to have, this is going to be a little juicy because, I'll tell you why, water spilled on it. And I only want the water so it stays together. Now that stays together. All right, so I'll do another one.
Is that about 3 tablespoons?
I would say so. You can fill it any way you wish to fill it. I mean, if you want it a real full one, sometimes I have extra, so I'll make one a real fat one. This has liquid in it now, so I don't want to have the liquid here. So I'm holding it like this. I'm holding it like this on the board, okay?
Like a diamond?
Yes, exactly. That's the word, like a diamond. Okay. And I'm going to kind of strewn it along there. Then I'm going to take one end up like this and another end over like that and another end over like that. Looks like an envelope right now, see? Looks like a little envelope. And then you roll it. You roll it. But I always find when I get to this point, there's a lot extra, so I just fold it in so that it looks really nice and neat. See? I didn't even need water, but if you put water at the end like this, it adheses itself to it, and that's the way the egg roll looks. So, make another one. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some oil in the pan, just enough to fry. You know how much that is. Okay. I'm going to put enough in there. That's plenty that I put in there. It's, sitting at the bottom. It's covering the pan. Okay. When that gets heated up, I have it to 350, but I'll put it down to 300. I don't want it to burn. So now I'm ready to make my third one. This is a good helping of a tablespoon. So you might not want to put 2 tablespoons. You want to be able to. Now I'm folding this one. And you want to know something? You have to be very careful too, because these are so thin. Now I didn't even have to use water because there's liquid in here. Look at the difference between this one and this one. It's hard to predict how they're going to come out. But it probably has something to do with the amount that you have there. Okay, I want to make sure I don't have 2 here. This seems a little thick. Let's see, is there? I can't get them apart. I guess it's only 1. No, I think it's 2. Come on. I see it. Aye, hooray, I see it. Here it is. Okay. So we're gonna now I'm going to do exactly what it says. Fold it here and fold it over here and fold it here and roll it up. Okay, and here we don't even need the water. Whoops, yes we do. Okay, we just put that, and it sticks so nicely. But you have to be careful, and I want to make another suggestion. I made some of these for church, fellowship dinner, and I put them in a container. Excuse me. I put them in a container the night before, and they all got soggy, so we don't want that.
So Laura, that's
because I thought that.
Is mine washing your hands?
Oh, yes, thank you for reminding me.
so Laura put the egg roll into the oil, and I noticed it's just beginning to bubble up around the edges. Looks nice. Would you like me to flip that over
Yes, please, with a fork, yeah.
with a fork? Okay.
Yes.
Well, right now I'm using a nice soft spatula because I don't want to damage your pan. So you can tell me if it's right. It has a little browning on it and a little crispiness.
It has to be a little more than that.
So I flipped it a little too early. That's why you're the pro and I'm the amateur.
No.
So the oil may be a little hotter. The oil's on 300. Is that where you want it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, we can put these others in here. Oops. Okay. We'll do the rest. Okay. I have to separate these.
What a coughing spell you had.
My throat got so dry.
I have to give you a glass of water next time.
Yes.
Right on the table. Now these look like the oil's a little hotter.
He didn't move it up at all.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, you could turn those.
That was the last one in. I should turn the first one in. That looks nice. That's what an egg roll
That's,
supposed to look
yeah,
like.
even a little darker than that is good.
Okay, we'll give that one a minute.
Yeah.
So I find, yes, it's nice, Laura, maybe you want to say,
Yeah.
nice to have the oil a little warmer, or leave it a little long enough so it doesn't get too much oil soaking into it.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want to, that's why I put this here, to absorb any of the oil that was, that might,
Excellent.
yeah.
Now, should these be turned on their side?
Yes, you should continue to turn them, because they'll be too dark then. It's getting good.
This is that
Yeah.
side, so that's getting to be just where you want it.
Right.
Turn it on its side.
Yes, I turn them on its side as well.
These are going to be some yummy tastes.
I hope so. I hope you like it.
I'll turn this one over to see what the underside is like. Nice and golden.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making it challenging. Oh, perfect. That'll be Matt's.
Huh?
That'll be Matt's.
Yeah, okay.
That's nice.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, it's good to have help. Great. I wish Lori could be here today, but she couldn't.
She's great.
Yeah.
So nice to cook with family and
I
friends.
know. It is. Cooking with people is great.
I'm going to turn this one on its side. Just a little bit like. I think I'll turn it back over just to crisp it up a little more.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. That's very good. Very good. Very good.
So I find that you can tell when it's ready to turn over because it sort of releases from the pan a little bit.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't stick.
Yep, that's right. Oh, and you know, I forgot to mention, this side where you have the point should go down like this. They say you should do
seal it
that
up?
first, yeah.
Point,
I think because it does seal it up. So I just follow the directions with that.
Now, I know you're a vegetarian,
Yeah.
but I would put a little shrimp into mine.
Oh, you would? Mm. Well, you know what? When you're in you can do whatever you want.
When you're at home.
On at home, you know, if you wanted chicken, you could use chicken. There's no, you know.
Salmon, did you put salmon?
Sure, you could put whatever you want in here. Once they're wrapped up.
Now, I like your wrapping technique, it's good, because I've done spring rolls
Uh-huh.
that with rice paper,
Yeah. Oh, you have?
where you put some noodles and
Yes.
a mint leaf
Yeah, yeah.
and something like that in.
Yeah.
They're very light and yummy.
Yeah.
Thai rolls, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you wrap much better than I do.
I had to
that's-
wrap a lot of them, like, I don't know, I think at one time I made like 40 at one time, I don't know.
You're a professional wrapper?
Yeah, I'm a rapper.
Get a contract, get an agent.
Yeah.
Where do you get the wraps, Molly?
You get that at the, any grocery store. You can get them at Hannaford's, you can get them at Market Basket. I usually get it at Market Basket.
There's a nice selection at Market Basket that
Yes,
I've seen.
yes.
Sometimes with the snow peas and the Asian foods in
Yes.
the vegetable section.
Yes. Yep,
And so the wraps?
they sell
Yep.
the wraps.
And they're very reasonable.
It's called Soya, okay?
That's a
you can-
local company.
Yeah. And it's very local, yeah, it's right
Yeah.
here. It's
Air, I think.
Air, it's in Air, yes. Okay,
But you can use any brand.
yeah.
Not quite ready yet.
No, that's
I should have
okay.
known that.
I'm gonna put this one in.
As we
And I
get
guess
more
that'll be
in.
it. I mean, you can.
Do you think it's ready to pull some of these out yet? You tell me.
No. Well, give it a minute.
Cook that side down.
Yeah, just give it a minute. And I'm gonna, since you're here helping me, I'm gonna I'll put this on a dish. And I'm gonna use this frying pan for what I need. I need it for the other dish that I'm making.
Nice golden brown.
I'm gonna wipe that out.
So I find these take a little longer than you might think. The oil's on
Yes, it does.
almost 300. It's like 275.
Oh, you moved it down a little bit,
No,
or I had
no.
it at that.
Yeah, I didn't touch it, but,
Yeah.
so 275, 300. What do they say, what temperature are you supposed to use? Is that what you're supposed to
Well,
use?
I usually leave it around 300. Let's see what they tell me. They say 350.
Okay.
Yeah, 350. And it's not quite 350, so we could put it on 350 and try what it, you know.
I'm so impatient. I'm
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah, I know.
I'm a microwave person.
Yeah.
When you stand there and watch the microwave.
Yeah. I would probably take this one out now, and I think a lot of them are ready.
Okay, lucky tasters.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We'll put them on here to get the excess oil off.
Dewey's excited about having a bite.
Yeah. That one's done.
All right. Oh yeah, that little extra temperature really
It pumps
jazz
it
it right up.
up. Yep.
What are you making next?
Well, I'm going to make a dish. Now, let's see, where did I put it? I'm going to make a dish that you can add some vegetarian meat to very easily.
Oh, good.
And I think that I didn't bring it.
Well, you can make the dish and we can.
I'll show you how to do it, and then you can add whatever you want to it.
What kind of vegetarian meats? I think we have some.
Yes, well,
In the freezer.
I thought I brought it. You know what? It may have fallen out in the car. Maybe not that.
I should have worn my apron.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably should have, yeah, because it's fitting.
But on a cold day, this is a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you would have done these a little more professionally than I have.
No, you're doing a great job. Great. They look good. Yeah, that's good. Sometimes at the edge of the pan, they don't get
It's cooked.
done
Yeah,
as
there's
well as the
different,
other in the middle.
Hot spots.
These two are done. That you can take out.
I'm just doing the underside. There's a little.
No, it's not in there. I could probably run to my car. Can I run to my car?
What do you? Well, I'll take these out in the meantime. There's definitely hot spots in these, and it's got a nice crispy crust on them, so they're gonna be nice and chewy. Nobody likes a soggy egg roll. I should have worn an apron though. I'm getting to the shower. So, more people will. Dewey will follow me everywhere. I'm gonna smell like an egg roll today. It smells great. Garlic. Everybody loves coming to the house and smelling garlic when it's fresh. There's that little fold she talked about. And there's, oops, an extra crispy one. That's gonna have to be mine. The filling settles down so they almost have edges.
Okay. Oh, yeah. They look good.
Oops. Extra crispy, that's Matt's.
Oh, good. That's good. I think we can put them on a plate, maybe. And people can try them.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of being here for the taping is you can, we can eat these.
Mm-hmm. You know, I had all these things in the back of my car,
Yes?
and I heard a clunk,
Oh,
and I said, oh, something must have fallen over. Of course, it was the vegetarian meat that I need for the next thing, but
it's
That's
best,
what it was.
Best you find it now.
I know. It was a, try to take things in 1 or 2 bags. It doesn't always work because it falls over.
I turned
Okay.
it back down to its 300, and I find that they really do cook much better at 350.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, we can
Probably sears it. So would you like me to get out of your way?
No, that's okay.
Are you using
No,
this
no.
pan for your next one?
Yes,
Because maybe you want to talk about the next one. I know when I take these 3 out.
yeah. I think what I'll do is I will,
Let me just take
yeah,
these
we
out.
can, no, I need to take the oil out. That's what I need to do.
Okay.
So,
All right.
unless I use the other
No,
pan,
I
but
will get right.
think-
I'll get out of your way.
I think,
These are all where they're vegetarian. Everything is already cooked in them,
yeah,
and so it's just a matter of personal preference.
yeah.
All right. So why don't you clean up that pan, and I will pretend I'm your
Oops. Mm-hmm.
just like home.
Well, we have to, yeah, just like home. This is the way it is. Okay, what I'm gonna do first, I think, I'm gonna let this cool a minute because it's too hot. And I will put the things I need in here and then get rid of the oil.
Okay.
Okay, now, this is something you can buy at the ABC, and they are called Swiss steaks. And I had a very large can of it. You can get it in a large can, and you can get a smaller can too. And what I did was, I used half of it to experiment with something, and I saved half for here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a No, I think I didn't remember to put the onion in there. I should have done that. I'm going to take the onion, cut it up, and I'm just going to cut it up like this. I don't know about everybody else, but I do like onions to be in big pieces. Some people like them smaller.
Well, you're cooking them down, so.
Yeah, cooking them down, I like it. I like big pieces of them. So, I'll make that. I'll use a whole onion. I'm going to put some of those mushrooms in it. There's quite a bit of onions here. And then I'm going to put a clove or two of garlic. And I didn't put it in here today, but you could really doctor it up with some cilantro and...
Oh, I love cilantro.
I love cilantro too. I didn't put it in here today, but you could put whatever you like in there. Transfer that over.
They say there's genetically that people are predisposed to either like cilantro or hate it. Have you heard that?
Oh, no, I didn't
That
hear
it's
that.
not just a matter of personal taste, that you have some gene that some people think it tastes like soap.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I learned about cilantro? That it's actually very good for your nerves. It's a quieting kind of an herb.
I need to go stock up.
I know, me too.
What is that, Laura?
It's a quieting kind of herb.
What is it?
Cilantro.
Cilantro.
It's very often taken for parsley, but it has it's different. It's actually different.
Very distinctive
Yeah.
taste.
Yes, very
And
nice.
And most people, not most people, I should say, can't remember what the percentage of people who have that gene that make it taste like soap, but
Oh,
I'm one of the people who loves it.
yeah, I do too.
Mexican, Chinese.
Yeah. I'm gonna dice up some of my, not dice them, I'm just gonna slice them. Some mushrooms and put it in there.
While you're dicing your
Yeah.
onions, would you like me to turn the pan on and put any more oil in?
Yes, just, actually, we don't even really need any oil.
it? Okay.
We don't need any oil. There's a gravy in here that's, will probably do very well with that. Oh, and thanks for doing that because I appreciate that.
No problem.
Helps. I'm gonna put a little bit of fresh pepper in it. And
Can we use another kind of pepper?
yeah,
Yellow
I'm
or
gonna
red?
put a little bit of red pepper in there too. And you know why? Because when I made it the other day, I've made this many times, but when I made it the other day, it looked so appetizing. And I had it left over a little container and I ate it. It was so good. The colors in there were great.
Well, the other two aren't as strong as the green one. The green is very...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure. You could use yellow or anyone you want.
Eat with your eyes.
Yeah.
I remember in your last class you were talking about how the colorful vegetables, the red peppers and
Right.
so on, were helpful.
The rainbow, they call it.
Yes.
Rainbow. Some people, my husband does not like peppers, but he eats them anyway because I cut them up small and then he doesn't mind eating them that way. He just doesn't like them too big. Me, I don't care. I can have them anyway. But I'll cut them a little bit smaller than what I'm used to. Okay. I'm just going to throw them in there. And then I thought about putting a little corn in. You can put a little corn in. I like that. Now, so you have green, you have yellow, and I brought a little bit of this. And you want to know something? I have these red peppers for a long time. I just put them in the freezer and just take them out as I need them.
What kind of corn is that? It's making a sound. Is it frozen?
Yeah, it's frozen. I just took it from my home.
Oh, okay.
before I came here. I thought about it the last minute. That's what I do, think about everything the last minute. But, so now, we're ready to put that in the frying pan.
Now the frying pan is off. Would
And-
you like it on?
Yes, please.
What temperature would you like it on?
350 is okay. This is all ready to be eaten, you know,
Okay.
soon. Okay. There's a little gravy, as you can see, and it's a nice tasting gravy.
So these are patties that you,
Yeah, they're in patties, but they are in a can. Okay. Some people don't like to buy anything in a can, so you'd
what are
have to.
these called?
These are called Swiss steaks.
Oh,
Swiss steaks. You'll see them there, and they also have. You could also use.
what is the better company to get that?
These are Worthington products. Yeah. So, oh, I just moved that. Okay, I'm going to put that on top. Normally, I probably wouldn't do that. Put the vegetables on top. I'd saute the vegetables on the bottom. But who does anything logical? Not me. It's okay. It's fine. Okay. So now we have to wait a few minutes. I think I have everything in here. You could throw a few carrots. I was thinking about that as I was cutting up the vegetables. You could throw a few carrots in here, and then you have a nice meal. And it doesn't take long at all. This should cook up in a few minutes.
What is in the Swiss steaks? Do you know? I mean, I know it's a meatless. So
Soy, plant protein, and things like that. I don't have the exact ingredients right here, but I could get them, and so that we could tell everybody what it is. So we're going to put the cover on that.
certainly smells good.
Mhm.
Now these carrots, are these little baby carrots or you cut
No,
them
those are shredded carrots.
shredded?
Yeah, shredded carrots, and I use them a lot now because they cook up so quickly. They cook up quickly, and it's easy to do.
They have that shredded broccoli slaw and so
Yes,
too.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very convenient.
Yes, very, yes. So, that's our 2 recipes today. And I have to say that God bless all of you, and eat well and be happy.
Thank you. Bless you.